It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Why don't you give him the 411 Canada Dry?
Wow, what if he was here? But it's me, George McNasty. And we got a hell of an episode for you today. We're gonna tell you all about our opinions and whatnot, and then we're gonna shove them up your ass right here on Dynamite After Dark.
Let's hit the music. Boom! Oh, it wasn't not even working. There we go. Kaboom! It's Wednesday night. It's Dynamite After Dark. I want you guys to get all nice and cozy because we're in the holiday season, yo. We're talking about tomorrow, American Thanksgiving.
No. Canadian Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
Canadian
Thanksgiving Part 2.
Part 2. Turkey, ham, stuffing, canned shake,
maple syrup,
otter. You never know.
And you can't forget the pumpkin pie, the chocolate pudding pie. You know,
I don't know about the chocolate pudding pie, but
pie. It's literally just chocolate pudding, Cool Whip, and mini M&Ms.
Oh God, bless.
No, it's so good.
but let me say, JB is the best man at Cam Dry's Marcola wedding.
Yeah, I'm ready.
When's it happening?
Is last name, or is she going to take yours? She going to be Natalia Dry?
No, I will be the Canadian crush, and she'll be the American crush.
Okay, I'm all right with that. All right, that's a match made in heaven right there. Ooh.
We'll be the Can-Am connection.
Who's this guy down here?
What's up, guys? It's me. It's Commissioner Joe. I do have a little something I want to say real quick. I had a friend of mine. His mother passed away today, so I just want to give a shout out to him.
Yeah.
Love you, and I'm thinking of you, Anthony. Hope everything's going okay with you.
Yeah, that sucks, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
Right, especially so close to the
day before the holiday season really starts. Yeah.
Man.
And of course, I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly. Did I say that right? Was it bubbly up or gingered up? Wouldn't it be bubblied up? I don't know. Yeah, but anyways, I'm Can F and Dry, damn it, and we got a great show for you today.
Yeah.
It's we got some hot takes. We got some
hot takes.
Can we talk about how this podcast is like a little over 3 years, or you guys are a little over 3 years old, and Canada Dry is just now trying to figure out how to properly introduce himself?
Well, no, I'm just realized I go gingered up, but I'm supposed to go ginger up, bubbly son of a bitch. I just realized that I'm gingering up when I'm supposed to the gingered up, bubbly son, right?
Gotcha.
Like logic is I'm bubbling too soon. Is what I'm saying.
To be fair, we're wrestling fans, so logic really doesn't matter.
No,
it doesn't at all.
Yeah, I gotta find that shirt. It says, "The world is fake, pro wrestling is real." Well, the world doesn't work.
You guys know about the Pinball Wizard, right?
Yeah, Tommy.
No, we're talking about my coworker Clement, the guy with the hot.
Yeah.
So he's doing the Carolina Reaper Challenge with me on a we're a separate podcast. We're just going to do a show where we're going to build up to him eating the Carolina Reaper.
Oh, he's eating it. Okay.
No, I'm not eating it. Well, we'll have some other things we'll be eating on this show together, trying out together.
Are you doing like your own version of Hot Ones, basically?
Kind of. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but it's gonna be like we're gonna eat some stuff and try it. Maybe some talk about what it tastes like. Maybe give a verdict on what we rated and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so Clement is also not only is he a pinball wizard.
Yeah.
He is. He's a musician.
Yeah.
And so one day we're in the office and he's like, if you want, I can help you guys with a quick little theme song for your show.
Oh.
And so we're going out in our van to do outreach.
Yeah.
And he's singing our song that we made up.
Okay.
So this is how just really quick.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit of riff, and then it's like it goes. I got my mic turned on and I'm ready to go. It's time for the All Effing Wrestling Show. Then a little riff, and then the show starts.
We
just got you with a little jingle, right?
It literally sounds like the intro to Monday Night Football. I love it.
Yeah, it's just this little jingle.
You know what? It's simple.
Yeah,
and it's easy. It's great.
Yeah, and we don't need like a 30-second intro. You just boom, there we are.
Yeah, I got it.
I see some like flames and shit coming up with that.
Okay, I'll work on it. All right.
So we'll get you the new music so you can put a nice little intro for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Dynamite After Dark, and the reason why we're here is because of AEW's Wednesday Night Dynamite, which is hailing from Chicago. I want to get into this really quickly because I'm just going to flat out say Chicago fans, Chicago's a wrestling mecca. When you think of the great cities around the world, Chicago is in the top 3. These fans should be embarrassed. The city of Chicago should be embarrassed.
Yeah, this was not your typical Chicago.
No.
So you're saying this is the worst Chicago crowd in the history of wrestling?
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I will give them credit. I didn't hear no CM Punk chants throughout the night. So
it's interesting that you say that because there is technology that can yank out certain stuff in audio.
Even if it's live?
It can do it live, yes. This company says it can do it. I don't know if it's true. They say they can do it while live streaming. So
wrestling companies would love to have this technology.
You can patch in anything.
They could have used that on Fox for the last couple of years with SmackDown.
Absolutely. It's just the Chicago fan. This show, the Chicago fans should have been hot, and they were not. And I think it dragged down some of the wrestling. Period. I think the fact that you have to have multiple times wrestlers trying to get the crowd into it, bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Anyways, we do a recap of the Full Gear to the Sound of November Rain, which I absolutely love because it's one of the greatest ballads of all time. And then Darby Allin, who's now bleeding from the head. That's a Canada video of me eating a chicken. Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah, you did.
I got to say, man, not a big fan of chicken livers. Nah. Tried it multiple ways.
Liver, period. No.
Yeah, it's gross. Yeah, it's got a weird texture and a weird taste to it.
Okay, so probably the Father's Day before my dad died.
Yeah.
Me and my brother show up at my dad's house, and we're like, Dad, we're going to take you out for lunch. You can have whatever you want.
Yeah.
And so we go to this restaurant.
Yeah.
And we're thinking he's going to order like a steak.
Yeah.
We think he's going to order like like just something luxurious. You know what he orders?
What?
Liver and onions. We're like, Dad, and we're like, whatever. We're not going to question you. This is what you want.
Yeah.
This is what you want. He enjoys it. So,
Hey, he's a cheap date.
oh yeah, liver and onions can't be more than like $12.99.
Yeah. Oh man. If anything, it's got to be like $4.99.
Thanks for taking this liver and onions away from us.
Liver and onions should be free $3.99. Okay.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah, it should be free. They should just give it away.
Or pay me to eat it for you.
Yeah. Darby Allin comes out all bloody, and you know what he says? He says, you're not going to get AEW handed to you. You're going to die first. In reference to, I'm assuming Jon Moxley, but I think at this point, it's very poignant that it's probably the entire crew of the Death Riders. But we go right into our first match. It is a Blue League match for the Continental Classic. It is Shelton Benjamin, and he is going to be taking on Mark Briscoe. But before we get to the match, we get a promo from MVP hyping up the Hurt Syndicate and their win against Swerve. All right. I have no problem with this. It did not fit as well as I thought it should. This should have been done after the match, not before it. It didn't make sense. Just very confusing. But anyways, so they, fans are chanting Swerve's house. They are the Merchants of Misery. They finally get into the match. Really good back and forth. I was really surprised that Mark Briscoe, who's has always had trouble wrestling technical wrestlers, wrestled a great match. He looked great. Yeah, Shelton Benjamin gets the win, but Mark Briscoe looked like $1 million. Canada Dry, first match of the night. Go.
Yeah, like I didn't mind having that before. Not at all. It's just showing they're confident.
Yes.
We are so good. We don't need to bask in the glow of a victory.
Yeah.
We already have the victory.
Yeah.
And anyway, so they had the match. Mark Briscoe looked like $1 million. You're right. But Shelton Benjamin is just a little bit of a bigger star right now and getting a bigger push.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a hell of a match, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way in hell Mark Briscoe should have beat Shelton Benjamin. But Mark Briscoe looked great. Commissioner Joe.
First off, Shelton Benjamin is 49 years old. It's not fair. Not fair at all.
They say, I have a really good friend. He's 54. Brother looks like he's 25.
Yeah.
And I always say, how in the hell? He always tells me, black, don't crack.
Basically. I mean, look at Lashley right next to him in that suit, just styling and profiling, literally. But yes.
Bobby Lashley looked like he was cosplaying as an agent from Men in Black.
He's Agent L.
Marty. I love Marty. Marty, come on the show, dude. Just come on the show.
Okay, so yes, match was awesome. Shelton just put some stiff thrust kicks on Mark Briscoe.
Oh yeah,
it just looked vicious.
Yeah.
But can we talk about the new rules about the C2 real quick?
Sure.
I think they're dumb. I finally
first before you do, explain them.
So basically, instead of the top two finishers from each league facing each other, this year you have the first place from the Gold League facing the second place of the Blue League, and the first place of the Blue League facing the second place of the Gold League. Both these matches are at World's End, and then the finals is also at World's End.
Yep.
So this to me devalues
So at first I was confused. but it makes sense to me.
I think it devalues the leagues. Like, what's the point in having
Okay,
the
so
blue
no,
and gold league?
but it's a consolation prize for those guys who finished second.
Yeah, but look at those two matches last year for the Continental Classic, the blue and the gold to go forward. They were amazing matches. These are the top two guys of each of those leagues. And I get what you're saying. I agree with it. But I agree with Commissioner Joe too. I think it does devalue it by setting up.
What it is actually doing, it's raising the stock of the stars in this tournament, and that's what this is designed to do. So you're getting these guys coming in who wouldn't normally be on the pay-per-view, and now they're getting them on the pay-per-view to showcase their skills. Now
I'm confused. Who needs the push in this Continental Classic tournament? Like, name one wrestler.
Everyone needs it.
I think, honestly, the number one person who should be getting a push out of this is Kyle Fletcher.
He doesn't need a push, though. I get what you're saying, but he does. None of these guys, with even Mark Briscoe.
No, but JP, what you're not understanding is that wrestling is about making bigger stars, and that's what this is what it's for.
Yeah.
No. So the only reason these guys, like, you don't have to beat the second place guy to get to the finals.
Yeah,
you're already in the finals. You're just facing them.
Yeah.
No, because they're doing what they did last year. You had all 5 of your round robin matches.
Yeah.
And then the top 2 from the blue league face each other, and the top 2 from the gold league face each other. And then those 2 winners would face off at World's End. So now this year they're just doing the semifinals and the finals at World's End. But here's my problem.
That's not what they're doing, though.
That is exactly, yes, it is.
No, it's not. You're not understanding what they're saying properly.
No.
I explained to you. You didn't even watch it.
Yes, they are. Because they did this last year. You had your 5 round robins, and you had your finals of each league. Then you had the overall tournament winner.
Mm-hmm.
So now
they said the winner of the Continental Classic will face.
You're misunderstanding. They're saying the winner of Gold League and the Blue League face the runners-up of the opposite, which is the exact same thing as what they did last year. They're just crisscrossing league winners this time.
Yeah.
Which I think is done because now you can end up with 2 gold members or 2 blue members.
Yeah, instead of putting it on World's End instead.
Hey, kids out there in internet land, if you are confused by this, slide into GM Joe's DMs and ask, because he will legitimately tell you exactly what he just said, and it will make sense. It does not make sense.
You know what I do?
What's that?
When say somebody messages me and they're trying to, like, they're just annoying the F out of me. Yeah. And I told Joe this, that one of these people, they were just annoying the crap out of me, and you know what I did? I said, you know who knows the answer to this? Dallas. Message Dallas. So what they know? I just send them over to Dallas.
It's good to have that guy.
Yeah,
I like that.
So one. Like, if you're ever getting annoyed, by, like, somebody message you, you know who knows the answer to that? Dallas.
Yep. When in doubt, dally up.
Message Dallas.
Yeah, dally up.
Yeah, everyone. In fact, everyone watching the show right now.
Yeah,
I want you to inbox Dallas
and
say, "What's up with that?"
There you go. If anybody's going to know, it's going to be Dallas.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, what's up with that? Well, I'll tell you what's up with that. Tony Schiavone is at the entrance, and out comes Mercedes Moné. And Tony Schiavone tells her, hey, this is the match you had against Statlander was the longest match in women's match in AEW history, which it was. And it was a great match. And then you realize the problem that exists in the AEW's women's division. Your 2 stars Mercedes Moné and Mariah May, up until tonight, didn't have credible opponents to bleed in from one storyline to another.
We talked about this, and why is that? Because Tony Khan makes everyone a heel.
Yeah. So Mercedes turns to Camille and says, because you haven't done your end of the bargain, Camille grabs the mic and says, blah, 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 I quit. Yeah, boom. And then Mercedes Moné goes, wah, 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 wah. If you want to see how this is done properly, I suggest going and watching Shawn Michaels and Diesel in WWE. That took about, a year and 3 months maybe to tell the full story? Yeah. I'm not saying that you... What is this?
What's up with that? To Dallas.
What's up with that?
Yeah, just send Dallas a message.
And after that, you should send him a GIF of the hurricane.
There you go. If you really want to get it going.
This was the worst turn I have ever seen in my entire life. I get it. You don't have credible talent. You're in your holiday tournaments in Japan, so your top talent can't come to AEW. Okay, I get it. You're in your holiday tournaments. Magnolia, same with them. They have a big tournament that's going on right now. It's siesta time in Mexico until January.
There we go. The hurricane.
There you go. Canada Dry, you go first.
Which way we're talking about the
Mercedes Moné and the Camille turn.
I think I would have liked to see it go on a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Instead of or like a slap or something.
Yeah.
Just quit or throw off it's okay. We'll see what happens because I think this will help Camille in the long run.
Nah, it's not going to help her.
Better than being her bitch.
It's not going to happen because here's the thing: she is going to get exposed. She can't cut promos. That was a horrible promo. Can't cut a promo, and she can't wrestle.
It wasn't even a promo. It was like one line.
Yeah. I don't think it helps Camille at all. I would
have liked to seen this go on until her arm was healed.
Yeah.
Then she sort of just takes it off and then just decks her and walks off.
Yeah, I would have liked to see it go longer.
2, maybe 3 months tops. Longer. That's
what months? I'm talking weeks.
I'd have it.
I wouldn't have got him.
I'd have it go at World's End and then somehow
I would have
on Dynasty.
It should have just happened to where you just have her just keep belittling Camille until it finally snaps. It doesn't feel like there was enough there to.
You know what? I feel like Camille didn't want it to go on that long.
That might be.
How does she have that kind of sway?
Well, no, they can talk and say when the time is, artistically, they get that kind of, they get that kind of sway.
That was just butt horrible. Anybody else want to add anything? I want to erase this from my memory.
Have you tried pooping?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
it helps.
Yeah, you forget a little bit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
you know what you got to do? You got to use the Alien Anal Probe 5000. That thing will wipe memory right out your ass.
That doesn't sound safe at all.
Well, it's not safe, but every alien gray uses it.
This is why Canada is so much better than America. Our government refuses to talk about space aliens. And now, because I'm talking about it, I'm a conspiracy nut.
What if, little rabbit trail here. What if, so since America did acknowledge the aliens or whatever, right?
Yeah.
What if that is a red herring to distract people from something else?
Oh,
It probably is. Our government isn't. They're very calculated and they know how to distract the masses.
Because it seems strange to be like deny, and then all of a sudden like, you know what? Instead, why don't we like talk about it and make people will blame the aliens?
Yeah. I think what's going to happen is, and I'm just going to be brutally honest, is this is how it's going to happen. So, there are people who believe in this project that are going to that Trump's going to gut the entire government, which he plans on doing because he's going to do it with Elon Musk. They are going to gut the government and they are going to see it burn. So what will happen is Trump's approval rating will go so low that he's just going to come out on stage because he's batshit crazy. And he's going to say, hey, you know what? Aliens. I know because I know what's Area 51 and blah, blah, blah. He's just going to let it spill because Donald Trump is batshit crazy.
You think Donald Trump will mention the aliens at some point?
Yeah.
What do you think? Did you think that Donald Trump is going to mention the aliens at some point?
Yes.
Probably.
All right, there we go.
I'm more interested in if he'll declassify the JFK papers.
He'll do that next on his fourth impeachment. That's what he will do to get out of it. Is the document that says who actually killed JFK. And I can tell you this: it wasn't me. So because I wasn't.
To get back to the wrestling, the role as Monet's enforcer was perfect for her. Don't expect to see her much after she loses to Monet. No. Interesting. Yeah, that's.
You hit the nail right on the head. Camille's going to be selling hamburgers.
Thanks, Marty. You just jinxed us. Now she's going to be the one to take the TBS title off.
Monet. Okay, but let's remember when Donald Trump mentions aliens.
Yeah,
we said it here first.
Yep, I got it in my book.
Dynamite After Dark.
Guys, batshit crazy. I can't wait.
Like, we'll be on there going, yeah, he said it! Yeah!
Prepare for
and then reality will sink in and be like, oh shit, no.
Man, because then aliens are going to get hold of this because they got high-speed internet as well. They're going to be like, dude, what up with that? What up?
And then they take the Anal Probe 5000. Then they take the Anal Probe 5000 and stick it up his Rudy Poo candy ass.
I like it.
Yeah.
Woo. All right. So, anyways, where are we at? Okay, so we get you. I don't want
to just finish with Camille. We're moving on to the next one.
Yeah. Okay, so we get a recap with Big Boom and AJ. And so I didn't do any more research other than the fact that I know he's internet famous, so I don't give a big whoop. Well, why would you call your son the Rizzler? This is the stupidest name I've ever heard in my entire life.
That's
Rizzler?
Not his son. That's apparently like a friend of his son.
This is probably something he came up with on gaming or something.
Anyways.
I will say, I was watching like another YouTube channel, like Wrestle Talk or something, and he said, one of the guys was like, I was very disappointed to find out that like the Rizzler isn't like a cool Gen Z Batman villain.
Oh yeah, the Rizzler. Anyways, let's go to our second match. Bing, bing.
Hold on, real quick. Since you did bring up Big Boom AJ, you gotta give him some props. That man wrestled like the whole match with a broken foot.
Yeah, he broke his foot. That's right. Yeah, I mean, I give him credit. He didn't look horrible. He looked a little rusty, but you know what? I mean, you're wrestling QT Marshall. He can make Jericho. QT Marshall can make Ospreay look rusty. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hey, QT Marshall, if you're listening, I don't like the way you wrestle. You're not very good. I'm sure you're a great human being, but you are by and far not a good wrestler.
Now, here's, QT Marshall.
Yeah.
He's got the white teeth.
Yeah.
Maybe have stop bleaching the teeth.
Yeah.
And maybe smoke a couple packs of cigarette and drink some coffee because you want to look human.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to look like a neuroskeleton or
Yeah.
Something crazy like that. So, anyways, second match, Jericho is taking on Ishii for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
That's what I think of that match.
Anyways, so I'm going to assume from this point on that anytime that Jericho faces any kind of a Japanese wrestler, that's going to be a chop fest. Because it was. Let's not beat around the bush. They just for the first 8 minutes of this match, they just slapped the living shit out of each other. Then they started punching each other. Then they started wrestling each other.
And then they went back to chopping each other.
The match is what it is. I want to talk about Big Bill on commentary because, by God, if for some reason Jericho's wrestling, Big Bill and Brian Keith need to be on commentary. He's talking about how we're all on the same level. And then Shivani goes, "You're taller than everybody else." Brilliant. And he's talking about the sapling and the redwoods and blah, blah, blah. It was brilliant. I absolutely loved and adored it. It was absolutely brilliant from start to finish. Anyways, yeah, Canada Dry, second match.
I adored this match. I was thoroughly entertained. The storytelling of Ishii just taking a beating.
Yep.
They're both bleeding from the mouth.
Yeah.
I love this. Like, he took four Judas effects.
Yep.
And two code breakers or one code breaker?
Ooh.
Yeah. Like, I love the storytelling in this match.
Yeah.
And to me, this is Ishii's best match in AEW.
Yep.
I loved it.
Yeah. If you want to see how Ishii wrestles in Japan, that's how he wrestles in Japan.
Yeah, I adored this match.
Yeah. Joe.
I thought this match was just a match. Like, it just, like, I love chops. This was too much. Especially because they just, after a point, they didn't look real. They just looked like they were barely touching each other. I will say, though, my favorite thing of this whole match is Ishii using his head like Will Ospreay uses his elbow. He just sat there and like was just flying and just hitting him, headbutting him. That was great.
I gotta say, Ishii sell jobs are as good as anyone in wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Well, like, because that's what you learn in Japan. Like, for the first few years, all you do is sell.
Yeah.
For the stars. So.
By the way,
anyone who goes to Japan for a bit to learn to wrestle,
they're
always great sellers.
Yeah.
Like, that's why Natalia Markova is such a great seller. She spent a while in Japan learning a DDT wrestling.
Yeah. By the way, Joe, this is my shock face. Just want to let you know, in case you thought I was having a stroke or something. I'm not.
No, I figured it out.
It's my shock face.
If you're unsure of what face JFB's making, you can go to your phone and you can like look at all the different emojis. Yeah. Is that the one? And match it up to JFB's face here. Is that the one? Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Number one.
Or the one that closing the eyes with a smile.
What's that?
The closing the eyes with a smile.
Yeah. Exactly. So, anyways. Yeah, we talked about Jericho. Let's move on. Swerve and Nana with Renee.
This is the best thing on the show. Hands down.
Okay.
Yep.
So he rebuilds pretty well. That's what he tells us. Hey, guess what, guys? I rebuild pretty well. And hypes up Bobby Lashley, which I thought was very interesting because, you know, he could easily have gone into anything else, but no, he decided to kind of stick with Lashley being the dominant force. He beat me, and he knocked the crap out of me the entire time. I loved it. And then comes Max Caster, laughing at Swerve. Now, if this was WWE, this would have been a rap battle in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania. Like,
yeah.
That's how, right? Instead, Max Caster says something about house fire, and then Swerve goes off on him and beats the crap out of him. Just
I wanted more. Like,
yeah, I did too.
I wanted like this should have been where you should have seen Nana coming up with referees and backstage officials pulling Swerve off of Max Caster.
Yeah.
That's how intense this should have been.
I thought it was.
You know, would have been nice.
Yeah.
After Swerve beat the hell out of him, Nana comes off and dumps his coffee on him.
Pure coffee.
I'm confused as to why Prince Nana is rushing him out like it's a crime scene, like they're trying to get away from the cops.
Because it's assault. You're not in the ring. That's assault.
Remember what I said? There's no logic in wrestling.
Hey kids,
what is nice here is this guy that kind of completing.
Hey kids out there in the beautiful wonderland of the internet. It's your boy, the JFB. If you're gonna do what people do in a wrestling ring in the real world, you will find out that it's a thing called assault. Sometimes battery. Not good stuff. Knowledge is power.
At least in this instance, it wouldn't have been premeditated. So, you know.
There you go. That shaves off about a year or two.
Did you think I might go to the knowledge is power there?
No, I didn't, but that was good.
It fits, though.
It fit.
Yeah.
So we want to move
I'm
on.
always looking for a reason to hit that knowledge is power shit.
We want to move on. Let's move on. Shivani is with Adam.
Oh shit! What it was? Never mind.
Okay. So Shivani's in the ring with Hangman Page. Here's the thing about Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone he's a fact-finding, fact-spewing man. That man spews facts. But here's a fact that he doesn't spew. It also usually results in him being beaten up. Just saying. Okay. Anyways, move on.
Oh, I remember what I want to say.
Yeah.
So relating to Max Caster and Swerve.
Yeah.
What's going to happen here is this is completing the Swerve the Max Caster turn.
Yep.
And I feel like this is a door for him to join the Hurt Syndicate.
Oh, Max Caster? Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's your fourth member, because here's the thing. In big matches, you don't want to sacrifice Shelton Benjamin. You don't want to sacrifice Bobby Lashley. But Max Caster, man, he's built for his ass beating.
And everyone will love it.
Just saying. If I walked by him, I'd want to be his ass. He's just got that ass beating.
He's got a punchable face.
You just want to punch him over and over and over again. Just saying. Anyway.
You want to say that? I said, Dallas, what's up with that?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Dallas actually likes him.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. Other guys that he likes, I can get, but the Max Caster fascination, I don't understand. Bowens, that makes sense. Not Max Caster. No. Anyways, he would have been champ if it wasn't for Christian. Christian didn't hold up his end of the bargain. He should be champion. Basically, he's calling out Moxley. And he came out in full gear. He came after Mox. So then Jay White comes out. He wants a shot at the belt. And then Pac comes in. And then his friends come in. You might know him better as the Death Rider. Basically, they beat the living hell out of everyone. And then Page is on the ground. Jay White's in the middle of the ring. He takes a briefcase, not once, but twice. And then Marina Shafir basically muzzled him into her bosom. She tried to suffocate him with her breasts.
There's worse ways to go.
And then it just went weird after that, because then you know what? I don't know who.
It transitioned right into Claudio coming out for his.
Yeah, so they slid out, and then Claudio comes in. So Canada Dry, your thoughts on the Adam Page? thing.
I really enjoyed this segment. It was high action, like I love the twist because you don't expect them to be fighting each other while the Death Riders are coming in.
Yeah.
So it's just this big carnage machine, and I love it.
All right, Joe.
I'm thinking like I love that they're building up like so many different challengers for Mox. But my problem is they're going to blow through all of them because the apparent report is we're getting a 4-way at World's End. And I don't know if I like that or not. Because apparently it's going to be Mox, who's a heel, Christian, who's a heel,
Yeah.
Paige is a heel,
Yep.
and then Jay White.
Yeah.
Which basically means Jay White's going to eat the pin. And I don't want him to.
Know who I would have eat the pin? Christian.
Yeah.
Because he still has the briefcase.
I don't know. I think just for complexity of character, I think Hangman should eat the pin again.
Nah, Hangman needs some wins here. He can't be tarnished.
He doesn't need to be champion, though. He can take the pin.
No. He doesn't have to win, but he shouldn't be the guy pinned.
Okay.
I like Marty's comment there at the bottom. I've never not seen Pac in full wrestling gear. Every time I've ever seen him, he's been in just his
That's probably where they got the name for the pay-per-view. Hey, look, there's Pac in full gear. Hey, that's a great name for a pay-per-view.
That is not where they got this. Is Full Gear is named
I'm joking, obviously.
It's named after Hangman Page because they did on Being the Elite, they did a Full Gear challenge to get his body in shape like Pac.
All right. You heard it here first. Kids out there in internet land. Anyways, let's go to our third match, Claudio and Ricochet. This is for the Gold League Continental Classic. You know what? Claudio and Ricochet, Claudio did exactly as soon as Claudio was grounding Ricochet, I knew that Claudio was going to get the win. I didn't think he was going to be a comeback. I found it very interesting. Someone on the Death Riders has to be the one who gets pinned and beaten up all the time, and it's apparently it's going to be Wheeler Yuta. There's no way they're going to do that to Pac, or no way Pac's going to let him do it to him. So Claudio beats Ricochet, which I found interesting because I guarantee you that AEW is not paying him what he made in WWE. Well, checks and balances with number of dates and all this other stuff. And if he wants to go do indie stuff, Japan or wherever, he can. But him taking a loss, because the first thing that went through my mind.
But JP,
yeah,
the losses don't mean the same in a tournament as a regular loss.
No, I get it. But it's
everyone's got to lose at some point in this tournament,
right? Yeah, but I found it interesting because in my head I was thinking to myself, you know what makes this interesting is now Ricochet has to start wrestling real wrestlers, not bull crap wrestlers he wrestled 3 times before he got a shot at Ospreay. So I'm saying, Canada Dry, your thoughts on the third match?
Yeah, I thought that I was shocked that they would drop him with another loss right away. But like I said, it doesn't mean the same.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Losing in a tournament, but he got beat soundly at the end there.
Yeah,
like it wasn't just a roll up.
Yep.
And I wanted to note that Claudio is no longer doing the swing.
Because he's not a face right now, so there's no point.
No, even when they were kind of heelish before when they were fighting the Elite, he did the swing.
I mean, even then, they were more tweeners when they were fighting Elite. Right now, they're just full on heels. So yeah, you don't.
I don't think it has to do with that. I just think it's just like it's too gimmicky for like a badass.
Yeah,
exactly. They're heels, so he's not going to do it.
Okay. So your thoughts on the match?
I got a couple. This is the first match where I really realized that this crowd sucks.
Yeah.
This is when I really and I'm very glad we did not pick tonight because I would not have known who to pick in this match.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's Ricochet. You think you would want to build him up. And I get it. Yes, it's a tournament. It's totally different. But he's coming off of a big loss. Claudio is really not the focal point of the group. So he could have eaten a loss, but
yeah.
But my favorite thing about this match is the way they framed the shot when you had Ricochet doing that back handspring to land into a superhero pose, and you just have Claudio with his back to him, just staring out, just no selling it.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the way they framed it, I liked it. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. It was good. It was really good.
And Ricochet also sold really good in this match. Like at some points he's collapsing and looking like a limp biscuit. Like
yeah,
he's
always sold.
The ending was kind of dull for me. You have Ricochet do the climatic beating of the 10 count back into the ring just to eat a clothesline and lose.
I like it because it's different.
Yeah. Me as well.
Okay.
Your vote, Joe. You have to leave
No, really outvoted. We're all entitled to our individual opinions.
Okay, I'm off the island. Bye, guys.
Well, tell your wife she's got to fill in for a bit.
Yeah.
No, she went up to bed already.
I bet you if you give her an extra cup of coffee, she'll be up for the show.
No, we got a lot of. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow. She needs her sleep. I need to get my sleep too. So you know.
No, and she is deathly afraid to be on the podcast.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah, she doesn't want to show her face on the podcast.
Okay. We got Renee.
What about audio?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Which she would not even audio. She would come on audio.
Probably not.
Okay. Well, Will.
See, she said I am.
She's coming on audio. There you go. First, you heard it here.
No, she's saying I am. She's scared to be on the podcast. Is what she's.
That's not how I see it. We got that comment right after we said, "Will you do audio?" I am. I am.
No podcast.
All right. So Claudio's with Kyle Fletcher. Yeah, it was a good promo. I like hot tag. You get Callis doing his bit. You get Kyle Fletcher doing his. Yeah, get it. But he kind of said, all right, you know what? Enough about Ospreay. We'll deal with him later. I'm in the Continental Classic. Now, is he in the same league as Ospreay?
No, they're in two different leagues.
Which makes you think that they'll meet at some point.
I smell rematch.
I think this will be one. I think this is one of the two semifinals. I think you have Will win the gold, and you have Kyle come in second.
Yeah,
in the blue.
Indeed. Anyways, anybody want to add anything? It was what it was. It served its purpose and moved the story forward.
It felt like the same promo they did right after the pay-per-view on Saturday night.
Yeah. I get Adam Cole. He comes walking in.
Guess what? No more ugly tan.
Yes, he got rid of the tan.
And you know what that means? You know what that means, right?
He's dating.
Adam Cole watches the podcast, confirmed.
That, yes. And I was scrolling through X the other day.
Yeah.
And people were berating him about his horrible tan.
Well, it was bad.
There's no way he didn't see it.
Yeah.
Just
he did look a million times. He did look a million times better tonight.
Oh yeah, it's amazing how you can
look like the Thing. He didn't look like Ben Grimm from from Fantastic Four. He didn't look like the Thing. That's all I'm saying. So
and hopefully,
yeah,
all the other wrestlers will receive this message about bad tans. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Maybe
Braun
Mark over
the
Braun Breaker. No, it's Bronze Breaker.
We should have a public service announcement. We should get Natalia Markova to cut a PSA for us about bad tanning.
Oh, no way would she do that. That would be such bad press for her talking shit about all the other wrestlers. That would get around.
No, what you do is you frame it as her putting on her spray tan, showing the proper way to do it to make it look good.
I don't think she would even use the spray tan.
Just throwing it out there. Maybe we can find a desperate wrestler we can pay $5 to. They'll do it for us.
A hot dog and a handshake. You know?
Maybe Hunter Rainer could do it for us.
You know what? Honestly, he totally would do it for the right price because he is just, he's Hunter.
Hey, we
Anyway.
knew him when he was, how old was he when we first started? I think he was 15.
Yeah. That's when we first met him. He was 15. Yeah. Crazy.
And we doubted that it was true. We thought he was lying.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, Hunter. What 15-year-old in a prediction league is going to be a real wrestler?
Yeah. It could have been us that inspired him to do it.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. So Cole again calls out MJF. O'Reilly wants MJF to do it for Roddy because Roddy got hurt. MJF comes in, plays the piano, which basically was his theme music, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Which he was not playing, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, no way he was playing
Stop
that.
breaking the fourth wall, JP.
I played piano before. That wasn't him playing.
I think he can play the piano, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure anybody can. Chopsticks.
Yeah.
Theme song from Jaws. Dun, dun. It's fine. Two low keys.
I love those pianos that play themselves, and you just sit there like pretend like.
It's a great episode of the League.
The player piano.
The player piano plays racist music.
On which show?
The League.
Oh,
About fantasy football.
Oh, never watched this.
Oh, you need to find a way to watch it. Absolutely. All right.
Okay.
Anyways, so MJF reveals he will not wrestle them anytime soon because he's wrestling in the Wrestle Battle Royal next week.
Dynamite.
The Diamond.
Yeah, the Diamond Battle Royal for the.
Does this mean? Does this mean that Kyle O'Reilly wins the Dynamite Battle Royal?
No.
Storyline says that it's going to be him who wins, and Cole has to watch as MJF beats the living shit out of his.
No,
friend.
here's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be O'Reilly, or Adam Cole, and someone else. And I think Cole and O'Reilly are going to argue and both get eliminated at the same time by whoever ultimately wins.
MJF.
Well, no, though.
No, because MJF is facing the winner of it, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know. They changed the rules.
That's what they did last year.
They change the rules all the time for this, so I don't know what rules they're using this year.
I'm assuming it's the
accurately
same rules
fantasy
that they had
book
last
this.
year. But you never know. You can't assume.
No, because like last year it was the winner faced MJF the week, or the final two, and it's always MJF and someone else who goes the next week to.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
So we could get Cole and
Yeah.
and
Then we got
O'Reilly.
Cole,
Wow.
Cole and O'Reilly will be a good match.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. Kyle O'Reilly says, I'm entering. Adam Cole says, I'm entering. MJF is in. We've talked about it. Anybody want to add anything? Going once, going twice. Sold. The man in the silk hat back there.
Now, did you know on Monopoly before, like playing any of those video games from Monopoly, that you have to auction off properties?
Yeah.
Never played by that rule.
Yeah, that's the only reason I learned that was when you played the video game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you have to auction to get. If someone says no, it's automatically up for option.
Yep.
Did you ever play it that way on the board game?
Several times.
Nope.
All right. Fourth match of the night, Queen Aminata versus Jamie Hayter. And this is for, I'm confused by this as well. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna hand it off to Joe. Joe, you explain. You're like our
Okay.
Excalibur.
So at Wrestle Dynasty, January 5th, the day after Wrestle Kingdom,
Yeah.
they are doing their big joint show. So it's ROH, AEW, CMLL, and Stardom.
Right.
So basically, they're running a little mini tournament. 4 women from each company are vying to get a shot at Wrestle Dynasty to face each other, and then the winner of that 4-way gets a title shot of any women's title in any of the 4 companies.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
And they get the Women's World Cup.
I guess, yeah. Maybe I have no idea what they're
Me-
doing.
Well, it's the Dynasty Cup, they're calling it.
Yeah. Well, consider me interested.
Yeah, like it is interesting, but also at the same time, like I find it weird because you're building up to this big match, and you're guaranteed at least 2 companies aren't going to get anything out of this.
Yep.
Because you could potentially have like Athena win and then challenge for the women's title in AEW, which could be a way to get her off of ROH onto the main roster, which is, if I had the booking power, is exactly what would happen. But that's just me.
I agree with it. But what promotion gave Eric Bischoff carte blanche to book? Was it MLW?
Yep.
I think starting tomorrow, we should go ahead and start a campaign, and everybody that's watching join in as well. That gives me, the 3 of us, carte blanche booking control of MLW.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
If
You can't do any worse than
if Eric can do it, anyone can, right?
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm going to start a campaign.
Can my cat help book?
Hell yeah, we can. Fruit Cat's part of AFW.
Fruit Cat, like there's no deal without Fruit Cat. It's just what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. What it is.
And I tell you, he'd be a better booker than Eric Bischoff.
So we got the match that I was hoping for, and that was 2 very strong, very powerful women locking horns. This is alpha wrestling, and that crowd was horrible. You soulless Midwestern bozos, you sucked the soul out of that match. That match was brilliant, and with any crowd that was hot, it would have proven to be the match of the year for women's wrestling. Canada Dry.
Yeah, it was an incredible match. I enjoyed it. Aminata is a great talent.
Yep.
She's only been wrestling 7 years, but she looks good. Like she's rose to prominence. As long as she's got a good wrestler to wrestle with, she's gonna make them look good, and she's gonna look good. Like and Jamie Hayter fits that bill to a T. Like Hayter is a great wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her outfits, but
I wanted to bring back her hair before she was out. That black and white was so much better than this orange.
Yeah,
I don't care about the hair. Like, I don't like these 70s style gimmicks.
Yeah. Okay, Joe.
Yeah, I enjoyed this match. Like, at least like Queen Aminata has improved like exponentially in like these last 2 years that we've seen her on TV.
Yeah.
It is great to see because, like you said, women's wrestling in this company needs more depth.
Yep.
Speaking of depth, I am excited for what happens after this match. I really am looking forward to Jamie Hayter versus Julia Hart in a match. I think it's going to be really, really good.
I hope that it lives up to the hype because Julia Hart's been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been out for a long time.
So like, is she gonna be rusty or what?
You know, I don't know. But speaking of Julia Hart, I'm on Blue Sky like sporadically, but I follow the person who's been doing all the vignettes for Julia Hart.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Like she shows like behind the scene, like how she's editing and everything.
Cool.
That's very cool. Okay. I'm just going to add my 2 cents in. Here's the deal. Setting up Hater for Julia Hart, Julia Hart should have at least 1 or 2 matches before she takes on Hater to make sure she knocks off that ring rust, because Julia Hart's not that great of a wrestler, and Jamie Hater may make her look great, but she's going to expose her in a lot of ways too. And so, you can't blame ring rust for the reason why she didn't look good versus Hater.
Yeah. So obviously she's probably training outside of shows, right? But
yeah,
there's nothing quite like having a match in front of fans.
Yeah,
doing your thing.
Yep, absolutely. Anybody else want to add anything?
No, we's good.
All right, let's go to our. Before we go, what's our topic for the evening that we're going to talk about?
What's I can't think of anything. I keep throwing the same things over, and I'm like, we've done that one. I think we've done our favorite cereal as a kid, didn't we?
How about what's your favorite float to see in like the Thanksgiving parade every year?
Okay.
Oh my goodness. No.
Like, what's your favorite balloon? I can't think of anything. Like you said,
I think Canada Dry is at a disadvantage. So let's do this. What is your go-to winter drink? Could be adult, could be kiddie.
Oh, all right.
What's your favorite beverage to go to?
This is good. This is good. Now he's talking.
All right. So we go to Renee. She is in a pre-tape segment with Mina Shirakawa, and she gets bum rushed by Mariah May. She gets hit in the back of the head with a champagne bottle. She gets punched and beaten savagely. Mariah May ducks down and says, "I want Mina," and throws her down and walks, and then sees the camera guy, who then cowers in fear as she approaches him like Michael Myers. When we go live to the live feed, Excalibur just abruptly says, "We have a match. Mariah May versus Mina Shirakawa. World's End? No. 2 weeks from now at a Dynamite, we're going to get the Women's World Championship, which likely means we won't see it defended at World's End.
Or
great way to highlight the belt.
This is what I think is going to happen.
Do tell.
Toni Storm is coming back at Winter's Coming, and she's going to fight for the belt.
You could have done that at World's End.
I think they're rushing. I think they're rushing the Mina and Mariah May.
I think she's just a setup person. That's all this is.
Oh, no, it totally is.
You could still take your time with it, though.
Yeah.
Savor it.
Yeah, like that's what I say. They could have done this till World's End and then have Toni Storm show up.
Because you figure after World's End, the next big AEW pay-per-view is that Grand Slam show.
You never know, though. They could extend this to through some shenanigans where they give Mina another shot or something.
You can't make a good sauce under 8 hours. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's move on to our next segment, JP.
Okay. Well, we get a Garcia recap, and then we go into our main event. This main event is brought to you is a episode of Ragdoll Theater, brought to you by Darby Allin and
the star of Ragdoll Theater.
Dude looks like a walking mummy. I have not seen that much tape in my entire life. I think whoever makes that tape, stock rises every time they show it on TV. I like that they start with a handshake. I thought that was actually really good. There's a true respect between the two in terms of wrestling. That monkey flip was bad. Like I I I feel bad every time I watch Darby Allin because I should not be enjoying the destruction
of his body.
as much as I am enjoying it now currently. So I will go to the next subject. When they came back from the picture in picture, there was no commentary. I loved it and I hated it. I hated it because you could actually hear the legitimate crowd of what they sound like, and they sounded horrible. Number two is it had what I call a poetic chaos to it. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. And then the audio kicks in and it's Excalibur talking about the cannonball that broke the audio and blah, blah, blah. We get two really big swerves in this show. Claudio beating what's his face?
Ricochet.
Yeah, it being Ricochet, and then Brody King beating Darby Allin is. I mean, it's a shock. It's a pretty big shock. I guarantee you, not everybody would have predicted that in the league. So, Cannon Dry main event.
Yeah, Darby seems to be putting over a lot of people lately.
Yeah.
I guess that's part of the reboot here is some of the guys who are getting all these wins paying back some debts.
That's good.
Orange Cassidy ate a lot of losses too.
Yeah.
But no more than Darby. Like this guy, you pretty much write him down his money. But like if he's doing it every time,
yeah,
it kind of loses its nostalgia. He's got to take a little bit of beatings and not win for a bit.
Yep.
So I'm down for this, and also noted it is a tournament match. So you're going to take some wins, you're going to take some losses.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe.
Well, story-wise, it absolutely makes sense that Brody King wins.
Yeah.
I mean, we are less than 3 days removed from Darby making himself a human ramrod running into a truck.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he's only in this tournament because Claudio is in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he really wants to win the tournament. He just doesn't want Claudio to win.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense.
But other than that, yeah, as much as it is, I don't want to go on the internet tomorrow and hear about, AEW production messed up. I loved the silence, like the no commentators.
Mm-hmm.
You could hear everything. It brought a different aspect and a different layer to the match, which I can appreciate.
Give it a reality.
Yeah.
This is what it gave it. Like, that's what it's like to be at a show. All right. Guys, we're at the end of the show, which means we have to go into the flower shop. Now, in order to get into the flower shop, unfortunately, it's by invite only. And your invitation is to purchase a t-shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all of your Adrian Adonis gear. Favorite match, favorite segment, number of bells, your all-time favorite winter drink, Canada Dry. Go.
All right. My match of the night is going to be Jericho and Ishii.
Mm-hmm.
I love this match just because it was different from everything else, and I appreciated what Ishii brought to the table.
Yeah.
And Jericho, he looked like a badass too.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. My segment of the night is Swerve Strickland beating the living hell out of Max Caster on behalf of the All Life and Wrestling Show. My favorite, I'm going to go with my favorite winter drink. Mm-hmm. You're going with the rum and eggnog. Nothing like a rum and eggnog.
Yeah.
At Christmas time. Sipping up. Maybe a little bit of Bailey's too. A little bit of Bailey's on the side.
Yeah, just a little bit. Commissioner Joe.
My rating.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this a 4.2.
Okay. 4.2 bells. Commissioner Joe. Lay it on me, brother.
My match of the night is Claudio and Ricochet.
Yeah.
Really
Okay.
great match. Just like Canada Dry, my segment is just me smiling as Max Caster gets his ass beat. And I would pay to see it every week. I would never get tired of it.
Yeah.
But
what is exciting, Joe, is we get to see Swerve beat the living hell in the ring.
Yeah. That's what, next week or?
I don't think they announced it, but we're assuming there's going to be a match.
Oh, yeah. This is most definitely.
That's where it was announced. Maybe it was just me wanting to see it be announced.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
My go-to winter drink is a nice glass of warm apple cider, but you use a cinnamon stick as a straw.
Okay. Is this alcoholic or no alcohol?
You can add alcohol to it or you don't. It's just like if it's cold out, it's nice and it just warms your body up. And that cinnamon stick just, perfect.
Have you tried the caramel apple spice at Starbucks?
I don't go to Starbucks. I don't drink coffee. So.
Yeah, this is an apple cider that they put caramel on. It's whipped cream. It's so good.
I have no desire to go and order anything from Starbucks.
Okay, stand your ground.
Number of bells?
3.5. This crowd killed this show for me. I'll be honest. So
it was horrible. Horrible.
I understand how the crowd kind of it sucks, but I don't depend on the crowd.
I don't normally either, but I don't know, for some reason
it just bothered you.
Tonight it bothered me. I think honestly it's because I have an expectation for a Chicago crowd.
Yeah.
Okay, so you came in thinking this. I didn't come in even knowing that it was going to be Chicago, and I'm like, oh, it's Chicago. How about that? I didn't
know either, but once I saw they're in Chicago, I'm like, okay, we're going to have a hot crowd. No.
Nope.
They sat on their hands, as the saying goes.
I think you had this on the show before, did you not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is it? What's it called?
Corn.
It's corn.
Yeah, it's corn. Just got it at a corn festival.
That's the little kid that's
yeah.
It's corn.
The Corn Palace. That's what she said. The Corn Palace.
She loves corn Don Callis.
No. Corn dog Callis. Let me tell you something. My favorite match of the night was Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter.
I love that we
put on a clinic. A clinic. That's how you wrestle. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you wrestle. My favorite segment, Swerve smacking almost the mustache off of Max Caster.
I love that we're all on the same page on that too.
My go-to drink in the winter.
Yeah.
You can get them almost anywhere now, but there used to be a specialty shop in Boston that sold these large marshmallows that would fit in a good 10, 12-ounce cup. And you pour hot water, you got to boiling water on, and it dissipates and it melts. And it releases these little marshmallows, and the hot chocolate is in the big marshmallow.
Oh, so it's like a hot chocolate bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But everything is
we don't know the name of this.
Huh?
We don't know the name of this.
I don't remember the name of it. It was a Natick or something like that. It was like a small little coffee shop.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, I got a question for you guys real quick.
Sure.
Hot chocolate. Do you make it with water or milk?
For me, I make it with water.
Yeah, I'm water as well.
Oh, okay. I do it with milk. It makes it a little extra creamy.
Yeah.
But I will do water in a pinch if I have to. But
well, I'm not really. I don't really have milk in my house because I don't drink it except for the odd thing whenever I crave cereal.
Yeah. I'm lactose intolerant for one.
That'll do it.
But two is I load that thing with as many marshmallows as I could possibly fit into without it overflowing.
Yeah. And
that's how I drink it. So it's got that creaminess already because it's got marshmallow.
So what did you rate this show?
I'm gonna give it a 3.75. It was a good show. It's just the crowd sucked. And I think it
affected your rating.
Yeah, it affected my rating. It took a lot of energy.
Like, if you go to a wrestling show, you are going to affect the rating of that show when people on their podcast review it. So step it up.
Yes, be kind.
But we average a 3.8. So
That's not bad. That's not bad. Coming out of full gear, getting ready to go into World's End, not bad at all.
I will say, going forward, I need Tony Khan to spread out his tournaments.
Yeah.
Hey, he was dissing our top 50 JP.
Who?
Joe. He was knocking our top 50. Yeah.
This coming from a man who used to be a good guy and then went and sold the rock and not roll.
I don't think a top 50 wrestlers. I don't think with a top 50 wrestlers you'd have Rock and John Cena on it. I'm just saying they don't wrestle.
They wrestled in 2024.
And they were big stars.
Barely.
Doesn't matter. He wrestled in 2024. That's why we put him in the back end. Yeah. Anytime
the other thing is, no matter if like you thought you had a perfect list, someone's going to complain.
Yeah.
It's just what's part of the deal.
Yeah. If I was on the show Sunday, I would have argued against Cody being as high as he was because I don't think he's that great of a wrestler.
Well, you
I would have put Will Ospreay over him.
No, but you can't really argue because once someone gets their pick in, there's nothing you can do about it.
That guy sold hundreds of millions of dollars of merch.
I understand that.
He is the face.
I absolutely get that.
He's the face
again,
of WWE.
To me, there's more to wrestling than just selling T-shirts.
Breaking news. Dossie also likes his hot chocolate with milk too.
Yeah, he does. I tried it. It's not bad. It's not horrible.
No, I don't mind it. It's just that I don't have the milk.
Yeah,
available.
sometimes I do the instant stuff, and it's just easier with water. Just
or if you have like a thing of whipped cream on top or Cool Whip.
Oh yeah.
Dollop.
And then take a little like cinnamon and sprinkle it on top of the whipped cream.
I'm surprised I'm the only one that went with an alcoholic drink, and I don't even drink alcohol.
I sneak peppermint schnapps into mine.
You can put any alcohol you want into some apple cider, and if you warm it up, it'll be good.
Yeah. Yep. Also, a little bit of vodka.
Look,
vodka
up in your step.
Or a spiced rum would go really well with it because you're going to sip it through that cinnamon stick. You're good. You ain't going to taste it.
So that just like we want to wish Rich Southwood.
Get healthy,
sir. Better, buddy. So, like I said, I mentioned before in the chat that the comic book store is on hiatus because Rich has to. I want Rich to focus on his health and being ready. When he's healthy, we'll get that show going again.
Hell yeah!
There we go.
All right. On behalf of Canada Dry, on behalf of Commissioner Joe, on behalf of me, the JFB.
So like this is something that I've noticed on Facebook. Number of people have been talking about their depression. Have you noticed it, Commissioner Joe?
Yep.
Yeah, like seasonal defective seasonal defective disorder. You're defective this time of year with depression. It's a real thing, and
it's worse this time of year because of the holidays.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are really suffering, and just if you know somebody that's suffering from depression, just reach out to them and let them know that they're loved, and let them know that they just want to talk. And stick your fist in the air, put the devil in a sharpshooter, and just keep fighting.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Turkey Day.
Happy Canada.
This has been an effing worldwide media production.
Just let you know that Canada's taking over America's Thanksgiving, and you're not getting it back.
You can find us on all social media platforms.
Nasty. I think things that don't belong to me.
Like Facebook, Twitter, and others.
That's the great.
Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.